all the demons quiet. Yeah, we were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough.
Hey, it's Dropped Out Dev here. It is Wednesday, May 21st, 2025, coming at you with a threat assessment update. And this is primarily due to the fact that the last time we did one on the 15th, we talked about this very same issue that we're going to talk about today. Basically what we did then is we started working on issues that we thought might affect the next the next threat level, because we were seeing some issues there that seemed like they would be an escalation from where we're at. So we added pretty much these three right here and started fleshing that out a little bit. Now, when I first created this back in January, when we created this assessment strategy here, we weren't really sure what we were going to see. So many of the things that were on the levels here were guesses, and most of all tracked. We've added a few. What I'm doing here, plugging in my fucking headphones. Yeah, on task. You're multitasking. Yeah, so over time we've added a few things that we've, didn't fit into, Orange 3, and we're like, okay, well, if we start seeing these, we're going to keep our eye on them. So they seem to fit in this category here, this red category. Although we're like it's a fan, maybe that's kind of next level here. So, but we are seeing that although they're saying they might in the future suspend habeas corpus, what they have done, we have to ignore what they say. We have to look at what they've done, which is extrajudicial arrests and deportations of people for whatever reason. And we can look at, our tools here that we've shown. We can look at how many people, where they're coming from, where they went, and we know that that is suspension of habeas corpus. Whether they say they're going to do it in the future or not, we have to ignore that, what they're saying, and look at what they're doing. So they've suspended habeas corpus to a degree. For lack of a better way to say it, we're ignoring what they're saying. We're looking at what they're doing. They've ignored it. We've been in a constitutional crisis for a long time. Scholars kind of debate, maybe there's this moment that we're in a constitutional crisis. When you have tyrannical rule, when you have people that lie on purpose, and then say that the other side's lying, whether they are or not, that created a ton of issues and allowed them to push through all these norms and get past all that stuff and push this authoritarian agenda. So we are in a constitutional crisis. We haven't seen violence like we kind of thought maybe would be kind of early indicators, sort of like the last Trump administration. It's very violent, and those were crackdowns and different reprisals, basically, for people protesting and different things. So we haven't seen that as much. We didn't see there's some talk that early on that they were going to try to do a constitutional convention. Well, it doesn't seem like they need to. They're just plowing through, busting up the Constitution as they go. Anyways, So we're putting pins in both of these. It seems like we're here, and then they arrested a member of Congress for assault, which is a trumped up charge, for lack of a better term, no pun intended. It is a performative charge meant to push past the norms, and that's a protected right that Congress has in the line of their duty. They are not allowed to be arrested, and this is to protect them from being arrested for speech. That's their job, to say things, to say what they think, to represent their constituents however they need to, and not be arrested for it. So they have protections for that reason. Can they go out and break laws? No. But I mean, we have to think about this in a different way. We might. I don't know if I'm going to get to that right now, but I mean, that is an act that pushes far past the norms. Governors and Congress are elected members, and we give them certain powers to represent us as part of the social contract, and they need to have those. It's protected. So if you blow past that, I don't know where we are if you blow past that. So that's part of this. We haven't gone. Many of these other things are actions that we haven't seen yet, and these are just. Will we see them? I don't know. That's one thing I kind of question. Is this just another, step along this, not super hot path here, and we're kind of flirting between this line between red and orange, or whatever you want to say. This, to me, red is like extreme danger. So we hit these. Were these supposed to be here, and we're still floating in this spot between here and I kind of think maybe, but is it very dangerous? Yes. For the precedents and for the difficulty that I think it means, we're gonna see some. So we're not really sure if this is really like the final moments of democracy or not, or if this is just more escalation. Maybe we're going to go back a little bit and it'll calm down a little bit. And the charges will get dropped and they won't do anything like that for a while. Or is it just another step down this path that we seem to be going down? So with what we're going to say from what we've created, we're just going to go with it right now. We're going to say red 0 is achieved. Whoa. I got to follow the formatting because none of the other ones have dashes. We're just going to go with this for now, and then, if we have to change it or something later, we will. But we'll say red 0 is achieved in the end of May. So every... right around May 20th or so, yeah. We're a day behind, so that was kind of coming around yesterday and kind of thinking about it for a little bit before we, assess what it's all about. So with extrajudicial acts and arrest of Congress person, we see an escalation in threat. Okay, so we're saying the threat level has escalated. So what I don't know, and what I'm still kind of working out in my head, is this, because I only had, estimated those 3 that were kind of like in the orange or the very warm category, and then I was kind of like, well, if these so maybe that's kind of my mistake in like not really assessing those levels exactly right or whatever. Don't know, so I'm kind of working that out, whether that's going to be like, orange 4 or or not really sure right now at this point. Still, from where I'm at, it's very regional. So this is breaking out on the East Coast, New Jersey. Is it tomorrow going to be in Ohio, and is it going to be then in Colorado, and then is it going to be moving, westward? Is it going to stay, isolated to the East Coast? These are all unknowns. These are all things to work out and things to understand. Basically, from here, I don't know if I have the directive fleshed out for this, but you can imagine. So yeah, sorry, I got distracted. I don't know if we cut that out. But I wanted to get this out there. I really wasn't expecting to get to this level this fast, so maybe reassessing these as like the final step before we get to red, because I think red is like stands out in my mind as like, oh, blah, run for the hills or whatever. I don't know what it is in your mind or whatever, but that's not really the case. So I mean, in my mind, I'm thinking like continuing to do what we're doing with the directives now seems like the best kind of like fit for where these things are. But yeah, I think more analysis is needed to kind of think about where we're at, how comfortable we feel with things that are going on, and like what remedies that you could see. Like they could drop the case. The case could be thrown out, tomorrow morning. They could be some walk back of the suspension of habeas corpus, and we could be like, oh, okay, we're feeling a little bit better. But then again, it doesn't seem like that's happened lately. So we're just keeping aware of it here. There's other issues that are coming up right now with some other deportations to some other foreign countries like South Sudan that I'm concerned about and interested in seeing where they go. But for what we've created now, this is what we're seeing. So I wanted to get that out there. And yeah, that's it for today. Just to go over what we talked about. We just talked about the issues that we added just last week. And they already are here. So boom, bing, bang, boom. We assess these things, then we seem to be there. So, yeah. What does that mean? I don't know. Anyways, I just want to say thanks for watching. And yeah, the storm is howling. We are going forward till the end. Thank you.